And I'm telling you, it's the same pen, 3 weeks, and I genuinely cannot tell if it's 1 crossword or 3 I've been doing on top of each other. That's live. Of course it is. 5 broadcasts left, and I'm doing a crossword. Fine. Picture a lawyer standing in a courtroom in 2020, arguing that Arizona's votes can't be trusted. Same man, 5 years later. Now he wants the keys to the room where they're counted.
And there's a trekking pole. It went in one side of a nurse and came out the other. And instead of, sitting down, I need you to hear what he did next.
And I'm not waiting. A slugger's parents just said they like the dogs better. A soccer final got shut down by bees. And everybody, sit down. We're going now.
We are apparently going now. I'm Sloan. Kiki's here. Blaze holds the weather desk, and Aubrey Jo kicked her own door in ahead of all of us. Monday the 27th. 5 broadcasts left on the counter. This is Broadcast 404 Live. Roll it, since she already did. Strong language, adult themes, and satire. Plus 1 word tonight. Qualification. Which used to mean you could do the job, and now apparently means you're the loudest person who says the job can't be done. We're running out of order because sports could not be contained. We're also running out of nights, but that's a later problem. Viewer discretion. Live. We haven't done a story yet. Aubrey Jo could not wait. She's already in the garage, and she's already yelling. Garage.
Sloan! I have been sitting on this since 9 a.m. and my window's been stuck halfway down for 6 weeks, so I've been screaming this at traffic. Everybody, down!
Go.
Munetaka Murakami, Japanese slugger, absolute cannon of a human, hits 2 homers with his parents in the stands. And they get interviewed after and go, yeah, we love him, but honestly, we prefer our dogs. To his face! Kid launches 2 into orbit for you and you're like, the Labrador doesn't strike out looking. That's the coldest shit I've ever heard from a parent, and I respect it enormously. And in Brazil, Bahia versus Fluminense championship final. And this is unconfirmed, some Reddit thing, but the whole fucking thing got suspended by a goddamn bee invasion. Grown professional athletes eating grass to hide from bees. 90,000 people at a title match, flat on the ground like it's a school fire drill. That's the best sports outcome of all time, and I will not be taking questions. Local. Out back of the Grange, there's a drained cattle trough. In all gear, old log split sprint. Sprint down the trough, split a log clean at the far end. First clean split wins. And dare ick. Stealing the neck brace from the goat, walking like a man made of drywall, enters alone. Against Margaret's frozen record of 34. She's not even in the county, and Derek keeps looking at the empty lane like she's gonna materialize. He trained. 6 weeks again, obviously. He gets to the log, raises the axe, and a hawk, a full-ass hawk, dive bombs the trough going after a field mouse. Derek flinches, whiffs the split, axe buries in the goddamn dirt. No clean split, no result. Margaret's record stands because the fucking sky sent a bird. Subscribe, like the video. My completely legal garage book took a bath on that bee match, and I owe Tony by Tuesday. Hit the buttons, it's you or my kneecaps. 5 nights left to save them, so no pressure.
Before the next story, there's a piece of paper on the desk, and we said we'd read it on air, so. From the station, verbatim. Effective this date, Broadcast 404 Live is scheduled for cancellation. The transmitter lease will not be renewed. 5 broadcasts remain. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Like we died.
They spelled the show's name right and everything, sweetie. That's the most attention anyone upstairs has paid us in a year. 5. I'm keeping the paper. I keep the sweet ones, and I keep the cruel ones.
5 broadcasts, 5. They gave us a number, and I'm a sports person, so now it's a countdown, and I hate it. 34 wins Margaret's got, and she doesn't know Derek exists. And somebody upstairs doesn't know we exist and still found time to schedule our funeral. God's the third opponent for everybody now.
Okay. Deep breath, memos on the desk. Here's the actual news. Alexander Kolodin, Arizona state lawmaker, Republican, is running for Secretary of State. That's the office that oversees Arizona's elections, runs them, certifies them. And Kolodin is one of the loudest people in Arizona who says the elections don't work. He was a lawyer on the failed 2020 fights to overturn the result. His whole brand is that the machine is broken. Now he wants to run the machine. This is a man applying to be the referee on the argument that there should be no referee. His only qualification is that he doesn't believe the job can be done honestly. So, hire him? He's the expert on how it goes wrong. Somebody upstairs decided we can't do our job either. And here I am, still doing it. Where was I? The referee. Right.
See, I think that's smart, sweetie. Who watches the henhouse better than the fox who wrote a very detailed report on exactly how he'd get in?
And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud, so I will. Half the country's gonna hear election denier runs elections, lose their minds, and then Google whether their guy in their state is doing the exact same thing and go, God, I hope ours is sneakier about it. Nobody in Arizona is voting for a referee anymore. They're voting for the guy who blows the whistle at their kid's soccer game and calls every offside on the other team. Man built a career saying the count doesn't matter, and now he decides when it stops. Somebody upstairs of us decided when we stop, too. Same energy. That's not fraud. That's just what we call it now.
Okay, I need this, and it is genuinely insane. A nurse in his 30s was climbing Montana's tallest mountain, slips on some rocks, and lands on his own trekking pole. It goes clean through his side, in one end, out the other. Which, given the counter, I'm choosing to find inspirational.
And being a nurse, he assessed himself, decided it wasn't life-threatening, and then, this is the real news, left the pole in and hiked miles down. Man got told the situation was terminal and just kept walking. I'm taking notes. Sorry, go on.
Miles, sweetie! Boulder fields, snow, past a lake, hours on his feet, a pole sticking out both sides of him, and they said he never once complained.
A pole through his guts, and the man's like, walk it off. I stub a toe and I'm out for the season. This guy's a goddamn shish kebab doing cardio. 5 nights left. This is who I want to be on the way out, honestly.
And here's the part that gets me. Near the lake, he asked his friend to run ahead and warn the other hikers, so no children would have to see it. A pole through his body, and he's worried about your kid's feelings. Blaze, honey, go, before I adopt him.
Hey, 2 spots today. Same number. Opposite lives. Las Vegas. 102 41-mile winds, 18% humidity. And Chickasha, Oklahoma. Also 102, 46-mile winds. Twins on paper. But Vegas at 18% is a matchstick that's already written the note. Chickasha's got just enough moisture in the air that it's only miserable, not combustible. Same temperature. One's a hazard. One's a bad afternoon with a slushy. Holstead, though. Dead still again. Fountain still dry. Little haze sitting over the old exchange building, and it isn't drifting with the rest of the air. It's holding its position. Whole states leaning east in the wind. That one block did not get the memo. We got a memo. That block's got more nights left than we do. Okay, and I owe you something from Friday. The date in my grandfather's log. The one that hasn't moved in 11 nights. I said I'd stop calling it a splinter. So, it's a deadline. It's the day something was supposed to stop and didn't, which is the shape of what leaked out of the Pentagon today. They're being accused of covering up U.S. military casualties from the Iran fighting, and it's the same move every time. Something happened, and somebody upstream gets to decide whether it gets counted. My grandfather wrote a date they didn't count. Off a base right now, it's a number they won't. Somebody upstairs of us just picked a date too. Same pen. Back to you.
11 nights you called it a splinter, and tonight you called it a deadline, out loud. You gave yourself the whole weekend to be wrong, and you weren't. That's the part that took nerve.
I keep reading it under the one bad bulb. I could just buy the second lamp. I don't. I think I like the bad angle. It makes me slow down. Which, 5 nights left. Maybe I should stop slowing down.
Buy the lamp, sweetie. Read your grandfather in good light. He'd want you to see the whole page, however many pages we've got.
Candle blowers! Birthday's this week, and I'm dedicating tonight's to Blaze's grandfather, a man who wrote down a date nobody would count. Respect. We know a little something about somebody upstairs picking a date now. Jordan Spieth today won the Masters at 21, then blew a 5-shot lead one year by dumping 2 balls in the water on the 12th. My guy invented a whole new way to lose in front of God. Blew a 5-shot lead, 4 nights left, don't tempt me. Happy birthday, King, you gorgeous disaster. Winnie Harlow also today, supermodel, Victoria's Secret, the whole thing. Told to quit modeling because of her skin and then became the most recognizable face in it. Absolute specimen, and I mean that as a scientific finding. And Lil Uzi Vert on the 31st, this beautiful lunatic paid $24 million to bolt a pink diamond into his forehead, into the bone, then crowd surfed and fans ripped it out. 24 million gone into a mosh pit. Buddy, you had a whole car dealership stuck to your face. Dak Prescott's on Wednesday, Cowboys QB, and no, not doing it. It's his birthday. I'll fight the man another day, if we get another day. That's the candles. Blow them out. Drive home with your window stuck halfway down. Wind hitting your shoulder the whole way. That one's just me. Back to the desk.
Mailbag. And the desk got an actual letter today. Holstead County Board of Elections. Handwritten. Sloan, you read it. It's addressed to you specifically.
Dear Broadcast 404, per your Arizona coverage, we wish to state Holstead has never had an election dispute because 40 people vote and 39 of them are related to the clerk. Somebody wrote us a whole letter while somebody else upstairs is crossing off our last 5 nights. Priorities.
Wait, is that the same clerk who files everybody's sports injuries under grounds maintenance?
Same clerk. He signs nothing and certifies everything. Honestly, Arizona could learn from him. So could whoever signed our memo.
See, that man I trust. So leave us a note under any video, my loves. I go through them all, and I keep the sweet ones in a little pile. We climbed from 47 to 162 this week. Real people. That number's the one thing upstairs can't touch. Get on the list.
I'm buying the window crank tonight. Part number's in my phone. Been in my phone 5 weeks.
You know the part number by heart, and you're driving with your arm out the window like a golden retriever. Buy the crank. We're all running out of nights to fix the thing we keep saying we'll fix.
It's July, Sloan. The wind's free air conditioning. Okay, it's also a problem. I'm buying the crank. Shut up.
My darlings, if you drove today with your window stuck down and the wind on your shoulder like Aubrey Joe, don't fix it tonight. Enjoy the free air one more day. I like knowing exactly where you all are. 5 nights left. so stay put where I can find you.
Tomorrow I'm bringing that second lamp to this desk and reading the next page under good light, on air. Night.
Right. Keys, shoes, my sister's out front. She's gonna hear about the hawk whether she likes it or not. Subscribe so I've got a bigger number to lord over her. Night, you gorgeous idiots.
A man who spent 5 years arguing the vote can't be trusted wants to count the votes. 5 broadcasts left, and that guy's the one with job security. Meanwhile, the Labrador doesn't strike out looking, so honestly, Murakami's parents had it right. Good night.
Okay, parking lot, shoes on. Phone's ringing already, she beat me to it. Course she did. Hey. Yeah, no, I was gonna call you, I swear.